Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about Secrets of Transits Part 5. And this is the remedies. Focus is on remedies for Saturn because he is the karma we need to deal with. So, main focus will be remedies for Saturn, but at the same time, all remedies for Saturn help with other remedies as well. So, it's very detailed. I'll talk about spiritual remedies, practical remedies, yogic remedies, and how to cope with what these transits are throwing at us. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and this is the last part of the Secrets of Transit workshop, which is talking today about remedies for Saturn, which are also useful remedies for other planets too. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. The most important thing in all our lives is to do the remedies. And especially about the transit. So this photograph is an old photograph I have of the Saturn temple in Tamil Nadu. And now they have done all sorts of structures around it, so you don't get the pure view of Saturn temple. It's a beautiful temple. I was there earlier this year, actually. I visited it. And as part of I was telling you that I'm changing dashas from Saturn to Ketu. So I visited the Saturn temple, Mercury to Ketu. I visited the Mercury and Ketu, and I got a big prayer ceremony done for myself in the Ketu temple. But it's not possible for everybody to do that. But you can see sometimes, I don't know whether Mexico City has an Indian temple. We have here in California lots of them. So you don't have to travel all the way to India, but you can visit the Navagrahas. But what I want to say is that in the remedies I've given as upaya for Saturn or remedies, but same remedies apply for everything else. It's not just for Saturn. If you're having a Rahu Ketu transit, or you're having a transit of eclipses, Saturn, you don't necessarily, nobody does remedies for good stuff, but we have to think about what to plan. And Saturn, because Saturn represents karma, and he's our past life karma, he's our present duties that we have to do. So doing remedy for Saturn is very good. And Rahu Ketu also, because they're disruptive energies. Saturn remedies are essential for all of us, and this is what Anna was asking. As a planet of karma, he reminds us of our karma of past lives through his transits and need to reconcile with it. We do not remember old karma, but we must pay back. So if we plan our lives so that we regularly conscious of it and doing the remedies. Remedies should not take over your life. Remedies should be realistic, practical, and also regular. The main thing is regular, that you're doing something, regularly. I don't think I do all the time, but I'm all the time. If some opportunity comes, I will do the remedy. But definitely it's a regular basis. That means, so by doing remedies for Saturn in the right way, we are slowly lifting the burden and pressure of old karma, which helps us deal with other issues created by planets and their remedy. So this remedy is not just for Saturn, but this remedy also very good for all the planets, your dashas, your transits, everything that you can think. So the main tool of upaya are the same for all the planets. For Shani remedies, we can concentrate on some of his special requirement and mantras. These remedies will help other planets, even though we are concentrating on Saturn remedies. Each remedy helps the other. We do not need to do all of them together. However, annually, we should have a plan of action. So the point is this, that you are not thinking that just because I'm doing uh, one remedy, I should do 10 remedies. Sometimes people are overdoing. So you do, but you have an action that, okay, this year, like earlier this year, I had planned I will go to the Ketu temple because I'm starting the Ketu Dasha. And so I made a plan. It was 1 year in making, and I went there. Fortunately, I was in that vicinity, so I could go there. But I have a plan, which is not totally formed because you don't know what exactly the issues are. But there is some planning and things that you are thinking in your mind. The remedies can be uh, classified as spiritual, mental, and practical. Uh, Practical common sense remedies are equally important. Spiritual mental remedies help develop a strong inner core that helps make the right choices for the practical choices too. Because sometimes, we can't shift our burdens, or we can't shift our way of thinking. So these remedies also help each other. The path of yoga helps in both spiritual and mental practices. And spiritual remedies are divided into yogic remedies, the rituals which involve puja, yagya, prayers, pilgrimage. Mental remedies are fasting, mantra practice, certain yoga practices, including meditation. And practical remedies include karma yoga, simplifying your life, and restraint. I cannot tell you that the most important remedy is restraint. Don't do things impulsively. Don't be afraid of everything. Restrain yourself. It's not necessary for everything, for you to react to everything. And while making decisions, remember Jupiter is the wise one, and he's very like the elephant, slow and steady. If you've ever seen an elephant walk, he walks very slowly, one step after another. So, and simplifying your life, not overburdening yourself. I have all these desires, I want all the things, trying to make things simple for you. Those are the most important things. And these will help you in every aspect of your life. So, as far as yogic remedies are concerned, understanding the various parts of yoga and following them as part of your life. Puja, yagya, prayers to honor Lord Shiva and Saturn. This may not be possible for you, but you can do mantra if you want to do. I'm always aware that not everybody is following a Vedic path. So I don't like to give them something that they are not open to. Fasting for Saturn, pilgrimages to Saturn, Shiva temples. Uh, so very good aspect is the 4 parts of yoga. Uh, Yoga means a union. Here it's the union of mind, body, and spirit. Yoga is not just asana practice of physical postures, but a deeper philosophy by which we can live our lives to bring ultimate balance and develop a higher path and connection to God, and whatever God means to you. It's a connection that you're purifying yourself, by which you're also clearing your thinking, dealing with the difficult aspects of life. And there are 4 main parts of yoga: karma yoga, bhakti yoga, raja yoga, and jnana yoga. But the most important remedy for any remedy is karma yoga. Karma means action. It purifies the heart by teaching you to act selflessly without thought of gain or reward. By detaching yourself from fruits of your action, offering them up to God, you learn to sublimate the ego. It's a crucial remedy for Saturn. By practicing karma yoga, we are actively paying back old karma. Uh, so practicing So what you can do with karma yoga is you can give back to your society. You can do some voluntary work, something that is not a selfish, something you can do. You can plan, like I do karma yoga. Sometimes I, you know, uh, give lectures for free to a spiritual organization. I, help people when they ask me for support. I'll make my effort. I'll never say no if somebody asks me for help. And what I can do, not out of your control, but to do something. So once you have this thought process that part of my life, and this is part of every spiritual discipline to do karma yoga. So you can think you could help at your church, you could help at your school, you could help at, students, people, anything you have to think. Then bhakti yoga is chiefly uh, motivated by power of love and sees God as embodiment of love. In bhakti yoga, you're not worshipping a human. So you can be worshipping Christ, you can be worshipping Buddha, you can be worshipping Shiva. You're solving your issues, your personal angst by devotion to the higher power. Through prayer, worship, ritual, he surrenders himself to God, channeling, transmuting his emotions into unconditional love and devotion. And in this, you can also think about mantra practice. For Saturn, you can do Om Namah Shivaya mantra. For Rahu Ketu, for Rahu, you do Durga mantra. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. For Ketu, you do Ganesha mantra. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. So, you can do that's also bhakti. You're thinking about these divine forces and you're asking their protection, really. And our trip, what trip I'm taking in this November, December this year, is part of bhakti yoga because I'm going there and giving, going to the various temples like a pilgrimage. But you don't have to be going anywhere. You can do it at home. Then Raja Yoga is a royal or kingly yoga. It offers a comprehensive method for managing uh, and turning our mental and physical energy into spiritual energy. Raja Yoga is called Ashtanga Yoga, referring to the 8 limbs of absolute mind control. And these 8 limbs were given by sage Patanjali. And these 8 limbs are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. Yama and Niyama, do's and don'ts, your ethics, your strictures, your disciplines of life. You see, if your life is out of discipline, out of order, you can't get anything. If you think, oh, I'll do a remedy today, forget tomorrow. So these yama, niyamas, they are the base through which you build your spiritual life. And asana is the yogic practice of the postures, but they are not done as an exercise. They're done as a meditation. And you do each asana very mindfully, and you do the practice slowly, mindfully. If you're going to a gym to do yoga, that's not the place. If you do at home with good circumstances and slowly, each asana you do slow and try to hold the asana. Then pranayama is the breathing exercise. So you learn breathing, yogic breathing. Then pratyahara. Pratyahara is detachment from your desires. All these are very serious practices, and they have the own literature and own stuff, but they are all part of your working with Saturn, Rahu Ketu transits, any difficult issues, difficult dashas, things. Then dharana. Dharana is concentration. Concentrate on the task at hand. If you plan to do something, keep going. There are yogic practices where you focus on a light or you focus on one object. But really, the concept of dharana is that you do everything mindfully. And if you're doing something, you keep doing it and don't chop and change. So that is most important. Then dhyana. Dhyana is meditation. So the seventh limb is meditation, not the first limb. So we have to practice this. Patanjali Yoga Sutras, you can study them. And then finally, samadhi. Samadhi is a very high concept, very difficult for average person to reach. And then the last of the yogas is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga, yoga of knowledge of wisdom. This is the most difficult path requesting tremendous strength and will and intellect. Taking philosophy of Vedanta, the Jnana Yogi inquires into the nature, into their nature. But you see, what you have to understand is that none of these four yogas are standalone. Without karma yoga, without that selflessness, doing something for others, without the devotion, without having the ethics and the step by step of Raja Yoga, you can't become a Jnana Yoga. So they are all interconnected. But some people may be more uh, uh, easier for them to go to church weekly to do the worship. For some people, it may be easier to do more intellectual stuff. So each person and chart has different this thing. Then for Saturn, it is one of the important purification rituals. It forms part of tapas of Raja Yoga, niyama practice. Saturn's fast is done for 16 weeks. Fast begins on first Saturday of new moon in Cancer, after new moon in Cancer, during the month of Shravana, which is coming July, August, followed by 16 consecutive Saturdays. So you do 16 Saturn fasts. So that is the thing. Now, the point is this, that if you have not done remedies before, start small. Think what you can easily take on. Even for you, Anna, you're in the Sade Sati. Don't try to take on all the things, but think small. I find giving to charity is good in along with karma yoga. But somebody asked me, will I make a donation? I do $1. I do, $5. I don't do what I can't afford. Doing some work for somebody or helping people out. You do what you can afford, all of you. So that is the thing that is important. So that is it for today. I do have a YouTube channel if you want to watch that. And Twitter, I don't do so, but my YouTube channel, I do the planets all the time there. And I don't know whether my website is there. It's komilla.com.